Hey, good afternoon, everybody. I just wanted to take a few minutes and touch base with everybody. I know we have ACT testing coming up. So sixth grade starts their testing next week for the 13th, 14th, and 15th, and then seventh grade the next week, and then eighth grade the next week. And virtual students will be on campus with us, but you guys will be in the cafeteria, whereas the on-campus learners will be in their testing rooms down the sixth grade hallway, or what we refer to as Hall 2. So I don't know what teachers around the building are doing, but guys, it's a big deal. I mentioned this to my classes, and I want to mention it to you guys here. I want to make sure virtual students get this, just like our on-campus students get this. These tests are important. I know we've lost a lot of instructional time. Last year, we lost 9 weeks of instructional time. None of us have tested ACT Aspire, our state standardized testing. We haven't done this in 2 years. We didn't do it last year. So for sixth graders, you haven't tested since you were in fourth grade. Seventh graders, you haven't tested since you were in fifth grade. Eighth grade, you haven't tested since you were in sixth grade. So obviously there's a lot of room to make growth, but keep in mind, these tests look at that you've been on the planet 2 years longer than the last time you took the test, and you ought to be 2 years smarter. Now, the test is not designed to take in consideration the fact that we have been under a pandemic all year long, and that some students are virtual and some students are on campus and some students have moved back and forth between the two. It doesn't take that into accommodation. All the test is designed to look at is your age, what grade you're in, and what skills you're supposed to be good at this time. Now, IXL, everybody is familiar with. And virtual students, you still have your computers at home and you can still practice. Now, on-campus learners, everybody's going to get their computers until next week, till Wednesday, or actually, I think not after Friday. But then on-campus learners aren't going to have access to computers for 3 weeks. First, sixth grade is going to be testing. Then seventh grade is going to be testing, then eighth grade is going to be testing. So if you have devices at home, make sure that you've got your sign-on information so you can practice these skills. Guys, it matters. Okay, everybody wants to win. And how you win the game, especially when it comes to testing, is knowing how the game is played. Making growth overall as a junior high campus, making growth on these standardized tests as a school district determines how we're ranked against other schools in our state. Our students are compared to other students in the country. I mean, some students put it like this. I mean, if you were going to move to the area, you would want to know how good the schools are. Well, taking these standardized tests is how people determine how good our schools are. When companies want to move to our area of the state, they look and they see at the intelligent level of the students that we are graduating, and overall, how smart we are. These tests prove how smart we are. I mean, it could be the difference of us getting a Chick-fil-A or not getting a Chick-fil-A, or getting a mall or not getting a mall, or having a business move here that increases the amount of jobs that we have in our area. So for those of you out there that think these tests don't matter, oh guys, they matter so much. We would not be spending the time that we're spending preparing you for these tests if it wasn't important. Now, I'm not, and it's part of our standards. It's aligned with our standards. This is what you should know at your grade level and what you should be good at. Sometimes there's gaps in our learning. I know we have 9 weeks worth of gap last year because we were out of school 9 weeks early. You're going to probably have about 6 weeks worth of gap on your instruction for this year. Why? Because we still got 6 weeks left in the school year. Does that make sense? Okay, so what I'm going to share with you is just a little bit of IXL so you can practice, so you can do your part of making sure that you're ready to test when your group is ready to test. Okay? All right, so what you should be able to see on the screen is 2 parts. I'm going to take this one down and I'm going to make this one a little larger. And to kind of give you an idea of what's going on, I've signed into Carol Ann's account. She's my daughter. Okay. When you first sign into IXL, it's going to come up with recommendations. Okay. Recommendations in reading, recommendations in math skills, in language arts skills, and all that. Okay. So when you come in, click on skilled plans. Okay. Now, sometimes you guys have got your test pinned, like sixth grade. I think everybody in sixth grade has got theirs pinned for sixth grade. Okay. So if you're sixth grade, you can click on the sixth grade. Look right here up under the ACT Aspire icon. Okay. You've got math, English, and reading. Okay. Let's just take a look at the math. Look here where it says performance level. Performance level. Now you can print this skill plan and you can go through it and you can mark them off. Emerging, close, ready, exceeding. Okay. Emerging means that you're having to be taught this skill. This is maybe a skill that you haven't had before. Close means, yeah, you've got a pretty good handle on it, but you're not quite ready to work in that area of content without some help from someone else. Ready means you're ready. You know the content, you can work with the problems, you can answer the problems, you know the steps. Exceeding means you know it so well, you can teach it to others. Okay. When you're operating at a ready level or an exceeding level, that means you're making the type of growth that counts on our standardized tests that makes us do well against other schools in our state and other schools in our country. And it's how you're compared to other students in the country that take the same type of test. So you may be really good at math. Go to Ready. Start working through some of this content on Ready. Now, sixth grade has done a lot in emerging. Miss Weaver and Miss Ross both have assigned a lot of these to students and have asked them to work in it up to 80% or up to 90%. But if you scroll down, okay, into Ready and Exceeding, if math is your thing, challenge yourself, get down here, solve ratios and proportional relationships, the number system, expressions and evaluations, geometry, okay, statistics and probability. Sixth grade as a whole, I can tell you, you guys didn't do as well in the geometry as you did in some of the other areas. And for some of you, it's because you didn't get to geometry until the last part of fifth grade. And so you didn't get a chance to get into some of that. In areas of Exceeding and Ready is when you get those growth points on your ACT Aspire testing that allows you to get awards and to be competitive with other students in your area. Okay. Let's go up and take a look. You can do English, emerging, okay. Again, Ready and Exceeding. That's where you want to be able to move about in this content. When you're ready and you're exceeding, you know this content so well, you can teach it with others. So challenge yourself, get into some of this. And guys, here's the deal. Don't wait for somebody to assign it to you. Okay? It's not your teacher's fault. It's not your school district fault that we missed 9 weeks worth of instruction last year. It's nobody's fault that sometimes you got quarantined or you had to move into virtual learning. Okay? You still have a gap that needs to be closed so you're ready for next year's content. That falls on your responsibility. If you want to get a handle on that, this is your responsibility to get a handle on. This gets you ready for next year. English and reading, these 3 content areas. Science is mixed into the reading. Social studies is mixed into the reading. English, there's writing that's mixed into the English, so you get your writing content there. For ACT testing, you're going to have 5 tests. One day you're going to take 2 tests in the morning. Next day, on Tuesday, you're going to take 2 tests. On Tuesday, you're going to take the English and the reading. On Wednesday, you're going to take the math. And on Thursday, you're going to take the writing and the science. Okay, these tests are only in the morning. And then in the afternoon, we're not testing. Okay. So anyway, I wanted to show you this, give you an opportunity to practice in these areas. Parents, if you're looking at this along with your students, I've learned a lot of stuff and had to rethink about how I think about my math and my reading and my English by helping my daughter through some of this. Okay. So just wanted to give you some encouragement. I know you're going to do fantastic. If you have any questions, you have any concerns, reach out to me, 870-514-0734 or acrum@winschools.org. Okay. And I'm looking forward to everybody doing well on testing next week. Oh, and there won't be any assignments for when you're testing next week. 6th grade, you're not going to have any graded assignments for next week. And then the next week, 7th grade won't have any graded assignments. And then the next week, 8th grade won't have any graded assignments. Okay. So reach out. Let me know how you're doing. If you have any concerns or questions, get with me, guys. You're going to do amazing. I know you are. I'm so proud of you. Go get it. Bye.